Hi, welcome to Burn at Home. This is a 30-minute hips class. That's hip opening and hip strengthening. My name is Katie. This is a great class to stand alone by itself, and it's a great class to do after like a slide class or a run. If you have 30 minutes, this is a great class to do. It helps a lot to have blocks. If you don't have blocks, it's no big deal. You can use books. You can use a dumbbell if you've got that at home. That works sometimes. Water and towel, as always. We're gonna get started seated. So you can join me. You can sit on your heels as I'm doing right now, or you can just cross your legs if you've got a block or a book. Dumbbell not as good for this. You can sit up with your legs crossed too. We're just going to take 3 big breaths together to get grounded and centered and here. Breathe in through your nose. Good. Breathe out through your mouth. Get grounded by literally putting your attention on what's touching the floor right now, your feet, your hips. Another breath in. And breathe out. One more big breath. Open your mouth. Good. We're going to take some cat and cow tilts. You're going to come to your hands and knees. Stack your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. As you breathe in, you tilt the tailbone back and lift your chest up. And as you exhale, you're going to round your spine. This motion starts in your pelvis. So go pelvis, belly lifts, middle spine rounds, and then puff up into the upper back, drop your head. Do that again. Hips, middle back, upper back, and your neck. Very last, very gently. One more. And breathe in. Come to a neutral spine now. So that's just flat back. And then you're just going to cross your ankles and come to a seat. We're going to do a little bit of core work to get started. This is boat pose or navasana in Sanskrit. So you can set up with your hips down, your feet on the floor, your hands underneath your knees to modify. From here, you'll just lift your feet up off the ground. Bring your chest up super tall, super proud. Squeeze the feet together, and you'll feel that like inner foot connection lighting you up all the way to your pelvic floor. If you want to make it a little spicier to start, we're just getting started, but you can take your hands off of the backs of the legs. Just a couple breaths here. I want you to feel how pulling into the lower belly can give you support in the low back, and we're working with, the front and the back of the pelvis. One more big breath. Good. Bring your feet back to the floor, and you're just going to lay down on your back. So I'm going to spin my microphone around. You won't have to do that. Lay all the way down. Take your feet to hip width apart. I'm just going to make sure that my heels are close enough to my body that I could touch them. There we go. And you're just going to do bridge lifts. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift the hips up, pull your low belly in and up. And as you exhale, you'll curl through your spine. So this is very similar to what we did in cat and cow, just with a different relationship to gravity. We're going to lift up through the hips, curl up through the spine, and then tuck the pelvis and roll all the way down. Do that one more time on your breath. Breathe in and lift up. Breathe out and curl down. This time, lift straight up and hold. Feel your feet pressing into the floor, your heels pressing into the floor, and that connection right in the centers of the glutes. You want to keep your pelvis neutral here so we're not arching the back or rounding the back. The belly is pulled in and up. We're just kind of activating the legs. We're going to use them a lot today. One more breath. Okay, roll all the way down. Give yourself a big hug. And then generate some momentum. Have some fun with this. Rock back and forth. And then we're going to go all the way to downward facing dog. So if you want to be fancy, you can cross your ankles, roll over them, plant your hands down, spin your mic pack, downward facing dog. Hands and feet here. You're grounding into the hands. You're grounding into the balls of the feet. The heels don't need to touch. Don't worry about that. You could lift your toes up. Feel what it feels like to ground in your body right now. A little softness in the knees can help you lift up through the tailbone. Again, you don't want to round the spine here. So if your heels are on the floor, but your pelvis is rounded under, lengthen it out a little bit, bend the knees, and get that freedom up through the pelvis. No ego here. Good. Bring your feet together and send your right leg to the back of the room. Draw a big line. Let the hip open. Go as high as you can. Squeeze your outer butt, your glute medius. Bend the knee. Open up. You make a little circle. Lengthen it back out. Draw your knee into your nose. Step forward. I'm going to bring my back knee down. My back toes down. And then you decide here how intense you want it to be. You can put your hands on blocks in this low lunge. This is nice to not have all of the weight sitting in your legs and in your pelvis right now. If you want it to be a little spicier, you can squeeze in and up through the core. Send your arms to the sky. Set your eyes. We're opening up the front of the left hip here. One more breath into that. Good. Take your hands down around your feet. You're just going to step forward into a forward fold. Feet hip width distance. Hang in a ragdoll. Soft knees are great. Always at least a micro bend in the knees. You bend them as much as you need to here to feel supported. If it's early in the morning or it's cold outside, you can need even more bend, and that's totally fine. We're not here to judge our bodies or be mean to them. This time is an act of love. Let your head drop. Good. Heel toe your feet together. Take a halfway lift. Fold down over bent knees. Stand all the way up. Let it feel good to stretch up through your feet, through your pelvis, through your arms. You can grab your left wrist with your right hand and go up and over to the right side. Come back through center and go the other way. Come back through center, take a big breath in, and then fold all the way back down. Soft knees at the bottom. Halfway lift, you lengthen out. Step back to a plank. Take a breath in your plank. You're going to pitch forward, lower all the way to the floor. I always like to lower to the floor, the first one. You're just kind of finding your body again every day. Lengthen the toes. Take a big breath in to lift up to Cobra. If you're feeling ready for up dog, press into the tops of the feet, lift all the way up. Arm bones back. Belly up, down dog. Feet together. Left leg to the back of the room. Bend the knee stack and open the hip. Get a big yawn through the left side of the body. Shake it out. Anything that feels stuck or, bad, whatever, you just move it out. Lengthen the left leg back. Draw it into your nose. Step forward. We're going into a low lunge again. Back knee down. Back toes down. Blocks if you want them. Settle in. You want to, as much as you can, especially if you don't have a mirror, it can be hard to see, but feel for drawing your left hip down and your right hip up here. Pull up through the front of the pelvis. Arms to the sky if you want to. You don't have to. Maybe take the gaze up. One more big breath in. Hands down around your front foot. Step forward. Heel toe the feet together this time. You're going to fold over the legs, bent knees. Halfway lift. Forward fold again. Rise all the way up. And you fold all the way back down. Halfway lift. Step back to plank again. This time you can lower all the way to the floor or straight to chaturanga. You choose. Chaturanga is just halfway down, elbows back, flip the toes, up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and open your mouth. Go ha. Look forward between your thumbs. Step or hop all the way forward. Halfway lift with your breath in. Forward fold. We're sitting back into chair pose. So it helps to do your first chair with your hands on the ground and just see how far you can sit back and down with that help of the hands. And then at the very last moment, you take them all the way up to the sky. Settle in. Here you can play a little bit if you want to up level or you want to build a little bit more heat in your space by rocking forward onto your toes. Yes, draw the inner ankles in and up. Pull up through the belly. Feel a little like spice in the thighs. Good, and then you sit back down into the feet and sit back as far as you can in your heels. We're supposed to be building heat. You're supposed to be building your heart rate. You can hear it in my voice now. It's perfect. One more big breath. All right, let it go. Forward fold. Take your halfway lift, and then you take the vinyasa of your choice. Step, jump back if you're fancy, chaturanga to upward facing dog. Take it back to downward facing dog. Now we're going to step to warrior one. So we're aligning up my front heel, your front heel, right underneath your front knee, and your back heel in line with your back hip. It's a little bit of a wider stance. Stand on up. Send your arms to the sky. Your goal here is to get both of your hip points pointed towards the front of the room. Arms up. Eyes set. Get grounded here. Open up to warrior two. I'm shifting the feet a little bit so that my heels are in line with one another. Take that gaze right over your right middle finger. Every exhale, you can settle in a little deeper. And then keep the right leg where it is. Go up and back, reverse your warrior. Dance with it a little bit. All the way to the floor. The vinyasa of your choice. I'm going to drop my knees this time. I'll lift them up for up dog. Down dog. Left foot to warrior one. You set up the feet again, hip width apart. Your back toes are slightly forward, like, 45 degrees. I'm not a math person. Eyes set. Breath on. Feel your feet. Pull up through the front of the pelvis. Get that like connection. Remember that Navasana in the beginning. Get your belly up to get your chest up. Open up to warrior two. Check out that front knee. You want to press it out slightly to the baby toe side of the foot so it's not caving in. That's going to give you more space to pull back through the left glute and up through the front of the pelvis. Really supported. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. All right, take a big breath here. Let it go. We're going to do all of that just a little bit faster, just for fun, just to move a little bit. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose just for one breath. Sit back and down, lift up. Forward fold, bow down. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step back, high plank to low plank. Breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Right foot, warrior one. Just one breath, let it feel good. Rise, and then open up. Take it up and back. And all the way to the floor, windmill down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left side. Good, reverse. And flow to the floor. Chest to the sky. Hips to the sky. Take a big breath in. Stick your tongue out. Don't let it be weird. Just let it go. Ha. Good. This part's the same. Right foot, warrior one. Dance it open to two. Reverse your warrior, up and back. Lift through the pelvis, reach. This time you're coming to extended side angle. So you're gonna take your right forearm or right elbow to your right leg. And you're sitting back through this right hip, back towards the back of the mat. So notice my butt's not poking out this way behind me. I'm gonna use my low belly to draw it up and under. Arm goes either up or over your left ear. I like it like this. Let your breath move through your body. Take your hands down around your right foot. You're gonna transition through a lunge and then bend through your back knee and hop into standing split. Left leg goes up to the sky. Whew. You should feel a little like storm brewing in your right butt cheek right now. A little heat happening there. That's good. You're not opening the hip to get the leg up really high. Keep it pretty square. You're drawing up through the hip crease, up through the low belly to lift the leg. Bring your feet together. You're sitting back into chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart and you just twist, just for a couple breaths, just to move some energy in your gut. This is like probiotics in motion right here. A little bit more twist. Back to chair. Fold over your legs. Halfway lift. And then you choose. You can do a vinyasa. You could just step to a plank and take a breath. That's what I'm gonna do. Good, downward facing dog. Left side. Warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. This time you're gonna land inside angle. Arm either up or over. Notice that you're not dipping into this front shoulder here. You're drawing it up and away, pulling the belly in and up, and you lengthen through the bottom side body as much as you can here. We're not worried about a little compression. You just want to be putting your attention on pressing down to lift up and open. Good, through lunge to standing split. Have some fun with it. This is a great place if you're practicing at home and you're feeling spicy to take a couple of handstand hops. You could hop up right here. If you're focused on hip opening like I am today, you're just focusing on opening that left hamstring right now. Good, feet together, chair pose. One breath in. Hands to the heart. Twist the other way. Just a couple breaths here. One more. Twist. Good, back to chair. Big breath in. Forward fold. This time you're gonna split your feet to hip width. Take your peace sign fingers, your first two fingers, and wrap them around your big toes. Take a little snuggle forward and then fold over your legs. In and out through the nose, you breathe. You should be able to hear your own breath. Tune into it. Let it ground you. You're pulling up on your toes and down through your head. And again, as much bend in the knees as you need to keep your belly and thighs connected, even if that means you're like this, that's totally fine. Good, one more breath. Pull down in a little deeper. Nice. Take that halfway lift. Step back to down dog. Ground into your hands and into your feet. We've already got a little heat going, a little opening going. Let's build on it a little bit more. Feet together. Right leg up and back. Bend the knee stack and open your hip and flip your dog all the way over. Feet down. Hips up. Heart open. Flip it back over. Right leg high. Draw your knee into your nose. You're stepping straight to warrior two. Go all the way up and back. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg and land in triangle on the right side. So we're pulling back through the right hip. I'm going to use a block. Block's your friend. I'm using the block just so that I don't have to press on my shin and hyperextend this knee. I'm leaving a little bend. That's keeping it in the muscles instead of the joints. Lengthen your bottom side body with your breath in. Twist with your breath out. Stand all the way up. You're going to turn both toes to your left wall, forward, and then swan dive over your legs for a wide leg forward fold. So you want your feet close enough toward each other that your head isn't touching the floor. So if you're super, super wide and you're kind of sitting down here, you want to give yourself some room to hang into traction. You could cross your arms. You could put your hands on your sacrum and kind of scoot your body into your toes just a little bit. You could grab the back of your skull and traction down. Ooh, that's really nice for me. Yoga is all about finding what's going to work for you, right where you are, in the body you got. Good. Drop your hands down. We're going to a lizard lunge. So you're going to spin the right foot forward, tucking both shoulders on the inside of the right leg. You can do this with your back leg up to make it a little spicier. You can do it with your back leg down to make it a little softer, but still a really big opening. You can put your forearms on a block. There's a million variations for you to be able to find exactly what you need today. I'm going to do back knee down, hands down. Couple of breaths here. Keep your chin long. Let yourself settle a little bit. Good. And then you're walking your right foot over to the left side of the mat. If you did my my twisting class, rather, the 20-minute class, we did a similar thing with half pigeon. It's really good. Drop your right knee down. Scooch in here, butt back from the knee, back foot back as far as you can get it. Lift up through your chest, and then you fold over the right leg. This is a really good time if you are a little tighter and you want to put a block underneath your head. Anytime you're grounding your third eye, your forehead into the floor or into something, it's just really relaxing, really grounding. Great thing to do when you're busy or when you're anxious. One more big breath. Good. Downward facing dog. Shake out your legs however you need. Feels good. All right. Left leg up and back. Flip the dog. Big breath in. Let this feel good. This is your back bend for this practice. It's good to crack the heart open a little bit. Flip it back over. Step forward and all the way open to warrior two. Let it be a big dance. Take up space. Reverse your warrior. Triangle on your left side. Let it feel good to transition. These transitions are beautiful. I know they don't always feel that way. It's another really great yoga lesson to enjoy the time in between things. On this side, we're going to go straight to lizard. So take one more breath. You're going to bend into your front knee. Widen the stance a little bit so you can snuggle both arms to the inside. And again, you choose your adventure here. Modify however you need to. And just know also that up-leveling things are a modification also. So if you're going down or you're going up, whatever, it's all good. It's all whatever you need today. You can move a little bit. I'm doing that kind of naturally. Let it settle in. Good. And then walk yourself over to half pigeon. The most important thing for keeping weight out of your front knee here is just to scoot back away from it. So you're not coming forward into the knee, you're coming back into the hip. Take a big breath in. Fold over that front leg. Head on a block if that felt good. Just realized I had a towel. It can make that even cozier. Ooh, yeah. Sometimes a treat is like a cookie, and sometimes a treat is like a towel on a block. This is really good. One more breath. Okay, lift yourself up. You're gonna roll out onto your left butt cheek and just swing the back leg forward here. We're coming into Janu Shirshasana, fancy Sanskrit word, just means single-legged forward fold. So your front leg, your right leg is gonna be extended, fold the left foot in. You're lifting up through your side bodies and turning your belly button and your chest towards your right foot. So it's a little twist, it's a little compressive. You fold. Feel how this twist is kind of opening up the back right side of your body, right where your kidney is. This is a kind of a natural detoxification, really good if you've been, partying a little bit, or you just want to feel new energy in your body. It's good. Tuck your right arm to the inside of your right leg, reach your left arm up. And we're gonna do like a side bend here. So you can close it off and reach towards your right foot, or you can lean back and let your chest open. And then you're gonna lean back so much that you take the left hand behind you, and we're gonna take gate pose. You're gonna come onto your knee and onto your heel, lift up through your hips. Let your chest open, let your right arm open, let your throat open. And then come back through center, butt goes down first. Swing back, take it on the other side. Big breath in. Compress the left side, twist, fold. Breathe here. You can deepen with your exhales just a little bit. One more. Good. Left hand down, right arm up. You can lean back a little. It's really nice, like opening this right side, anything kind of creaky, or you can tip it over a little bit more. Lift up, reach back. Lift the hips up. Open your throat. And then swing it back through center. From here, if you are finished exercising for the day, I really recommend a Shavasana. If you're going to keep moving, then this is a great point to just take a couple deep breaths and finish. Thank you so much for practicing with me and with Burn at Home. I will see you soon. Namaste.